honestly thought that the commentary that when I was on live on Tuesday, where people mentioned that Shannon Sharpe offered $10 million to settle this situation with this OnlyFans child, I thought that was made up. I thought there's no way in hell that they offered $10 million to settle this matter with this young woman who has sued him for $50 million. I thought there's no way. I thought there was no way. And then I hear there's audio of Shannon Sharpe's attorney. And if you haven't heard it yet, I'm going to play it for you. But Shannon Sharpe has a bigger problem than I initially thought. And Shannon Sharpe can go on the offensive, he can go on the attack, he can do all the things that he's doing. But you are not offering someone $10 million or more to keep quiet if you know you didn't do something. I'm so tired of hearing about civil suits getting settled because people say it's cheaper to settle it than it is to fight it. You know what? Sometimes your name is worth more than the money. Your reputation is worth more than the money. And clearing your name, to me, is more valuable than the money that you would spend in order to clear your name. Those are my thoughts. Welcome back, everyone, to Pro Football Corner, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Thank you so much for your support of this channel. Like, subscribe, and follow. Hit the bell. Leave a comment. Let us know what your thoughts are on this. I'm going to post this. I'm going to play this video for you. This is from TMZ. This is crazy shit here. Absolutely crazy shit. When I heard this audio, my mouth was just like, is this really his lawyer? Did his lawyer really do this? This is just downright foolish to me. But I'm going to play it for you. Y'all can hear this.
Did you and Shannon offer to settle these accusations?
Yes, there was a settlement offer made by Mr. Sharpe. I will only generally say to you that it was in the tens of millions of dollars demanded by the plaintiff in return for her silence. That's under any definition commonly understood. That is blackmail. And Mr. Sharpe was willing to pay an amount in the tens of millions of dollars, but no final agreement could be reached. And we thought we were still in the middle of discussions when, without warning, the mediator, who's a retired judge, ourselves as lawyers, without any prior warning, still thinking that we were close to a final agreement, the plaintiff and her lawyer from Houston filed a case in Texas, publicly accusing my client of lies and willful, harmful lies by using the rape word when it was she knows, 100% knows. And the evidence will show that she knew that this was entirely consensual. So we were of the belief on our side that we had an agreement without any warning. Not even the mediator, who is a retired judge, was given a warning out of courtesy. This case was filed and the public charges went throughout the media before we even knew that the discussions were over and the case had been filed.
Mr. Davis, last Friday, Front Office Sports reported Mr. Sharpe was in line for a $100 million deal for his podcast. On Sunday, the lawsuit was filed. Is there a timing issue here?
This is one of those two facts line up one after the other, where everyone can draw their own reasonable inference. So I have a reasonable inference. It's my reasonable inference. Others might disagree that they're very related, that this plaintiff was looking for money. What she does on OnlyFans was for money in role-playing and virtual fantasy with men who pay her. At the end of the relationship, it's not known yet, but it is a fact that the plaintiff started to charge Mr. Sharpe money So the relationship became transactional. This is who she is by the facts. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just describing two facts: that she charged him money or asked for money. She's on OnlyFans and charges people money to do role playing. And that for that reason, I'm going to let the inference be decided by everybody that her knowledge that Mr. Sharpe was about to receive a very lucrative contract based upon his talent and his abilities, and he's extremely capable on television and very knowledgeable, not only as a great former professional athlete, but I believe as a very credible and likable television presentation, that he has great value in his podcast and his positions on television. She knew that, took advantage of it, and I have described this in my opinion, it's my opinion only, that this is classic definition of blackmail, especially when you know the party you're blackmailing is about to be making a lot of money. In my opinion, that gives the greatest leverage to a blackmailer, and I believe there's a reasonable inference that one led to the other. Others might disagree. I'm sure Mr. Busby would make his own argument that this is not blackmail and that this is reasonable and that there's nothing to do with Mr. Sharpe's sudden announcement by somebody else, not by him, about a lucrative contract, had nothing to do with the plaintiff suddenly deciding to break off negotiation after she was offered tens of millions of dollars and suddenly to file a lawsuit. And why she did that and why her lawyer did that is up to them to explain.
The next question is coming from Edward Lewis from TMZ. I just want to be clear, Mr. Sharpe did make his accuser an offer in the tens of millions of dollars range, correct?
In the multiple of 10. That's all I'm willing to say at this point. But yes, the answer is yes, in multiples of 10 million, more than 10 million. I'd like to condition my last answer as I was not in the room for the mediation effort. It is possible it is only 10 million as the last offer. So I'll at least say at least 10 million, subject to my confirming whether there were any numbers exchanged higher than 10 million. So let me correct what I said, that it's at least a $10 million offer that had been made and that they walked away from.
I have no words for this. I have no words for this. This is crazy to me. Your lawyer should know better than to share this. His lawyer just honestly made the situation so much worse than it was. We didn't need to know this. The public damn sure didn't need to know this. I can't even understand how this can be brought up by his attorney and this attorney not think this is really, really, really bad. Look, I saw a video by Jason Whitlock, who worked with him. I know people will sit here and say, Jason Whitlock's a hater. Shannon Sharpe, historically, it's been said by Whitlock and so forth, he has a lengthy HR file in multiple stops. What would make you think that he would be above this? It's creepy in itself. The man's late 50s. He meets a girl who's 19 years old at a gym. Wonder how true that actually is. But if it is true, why are you seeking out 19-year-old children? I know people are going to say it's completely legal. She's an adult. It's fucking gross. Yo, if you're a 50-plus-year-old man and you're looking for 19-year-old meat, 19-year-old tail to date, you got a problem, bro. Like that could be your granddaughter. You're a sick fuck. It's that simple. You're a sick fuck. It's one thing if you're looking at a woman in her late 20s, early 30s. You're looking for a child. A 19-year-old to most adults in their 50s are viewed as children. I know legally they're not children, but that's a child. We've seen pictures of this girl. Okay. There's audio about if you use the word manipulate, I'm going to choke you, blah, blah, blah. Those are the types of words today that younger people use to trigger older people, I will say. I think the younger generation does do that pretty well. But these are some of the text messages that are now out there. This first one here says, "But I cried when you left because I begged you to put a condom on and not put it in my ass, and you didn't listen. I don't care what our history is. No means no, Shannon." This was on January 2nd, 2025. "I don't know how to process this." January 2nd, 2025. He replies, "Can I call you later?" This was on January 2nd, 2025. Shannon Sharpe didn't offer this attorney did not say that he offered 10 million. He said initially tens of millions of dollars were offered to settle this situation. You offered somebody tens of millions of dollars in a mediation, and you want to call it blackmail? Yeah, it is blackmail. It absolutely is. It's extortion. It's all of that. It's all of that. But, bro, you can put out all the videos you want, Shannon. It is not a good look as to what is going on. I mean, you have this other text message here. And I mean, this is all BDSM type of shit. "I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me with it while you're fucking me." This was in 2023. I guess they were on better terms at the time. Here's another one. "I want to be abused, daddy." This was in June of 24. "I want like some hardcore BDSM action though." 2024. This is some serious. Look, this girl's no saint. This girl's no saint. But Shannon Sharpe, he really, to me, he has a problem to deal with because this is not the first sexual situation that's popped off about him. I mean, hell, you never heard about him like this when he was playing professional football. But now you hear about these things and it's like, yeah, man, this is a bit much. Shannon Sharpe has a problem to deal with. I mean, Stephen A. Smith talked about it on his own podcast. I thought that was a mistake. I don't think Stephen A. Smith should even touch this with a 10-foot pole. He should leave this alone. Let ESPN do its job, do its investigating. Let ESPN handle that. Bro, you should not be talking about this stuff at all. You're too close to this man. You need to let them do what they do and let them decide what they decide. Because this type of crap here can only cause a bigger problem. Just leave it alone. That's just my opinion. I don't think you should be talking about it at all. But Shannon Sharpe puts out this response. So this is Shannon Sharpe's commentary.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys.
Let me tell you, man. Look, this is my commentary, my opinion on this situation. Bro, you have text messages for which she said what she said. You ain't disputed. You have audio calls about choking her. You got, I don't know what else is out there. I am sure there are other things that are out there. You're sitting here talking about they're going to drop a 30-second clip about you sexually. Why don't you show the whole 10 minutes? I don't know if he's saying that because he wants to tell people that he lasts more than 30 seconds and that he lasts at least 10 minutes as a man. But let's be real here, man. This all happened because someone uses really poor judgment. Shannon Sharpe's judgment is very poor. He has bad judgment and he thinks with the wrong head. He thinks with the little head down in his crotch over the big head up on his shoulders. And he continues to do this. He managed to somehow have an audio recording of him getting it in with someone named Michelle, yet he claims he has no idea how to go live on Instagram or Twitter or whatever it was. He's good at the lie, bro. You notice how his voice inflection is very, very toned down and doesn't sound all silly and stupid like he does on First Take or his podcast or Nightcap with Ocho. He sounds very, very proper. He's reading a screen that you can see. Okay, she's an OnlyFans girl, Shannon. You knew this and you continued to deal with her. You were paying her. This is literally what your lawyer said. You were paying her. So she was your prostitute now on top of this. That's what your lawyer described. Your lawyer described a prostitute John relationship. Maybe it didn't start that way, but it sure as shit seems like it went that direction. And when I listened to that audio by Lanny Davis, this guy, he might be a very, very well respected attorney, but he fucked up in that audio. What benefit does it do for Shannon Sharpe to have his lawyer release that there was settlement negotiations prior to this lawsuit being dropped? I thought the lawsuit was dropped in Vegas from what I had seen in other sites. He says it's in Texas. Again, I don't even know. Don't even really care. But you were messing with an OnlyFans girl who was almost 3 times younger than you. Like a third of your age, bro. What the hell did you think was did you think she really liked you, man? Do you think she had interest in you? Do you think that? You can't be that fucking stupid. You're a you're a money bag for her. You're a sugar daddy for her. You're nothing to her. She's an OnlyFans girl. What the fuck did you think was gonna come of this? And yeah, do I wonder, I'm honestly, if she told you no, don't stick it in my ass, and you did, well, you violated her. You violated her. Answer that's a question you're gonna have to answer, bro. Do I think it's worth $50 million? No. Do I think it's worth $10 million? Fuck no. She's not filing criminal charges because it's gonna be impossible to prosecute because of who she is and her background and what she does. And those text messages also show her to be a sexually free individual. But at the same time, if she did tell you no that one time, and that's what Tony Busby is coming with, it doesn't matter if it was 100 times. And the one time she said no, bro, she said no. You got a problem. And I want to know why it is that you are trying to settle something that you didn't do. This whole world of settle a case because it's going to cost you X amount of dollars to defend. Well, if it costs you $5 million to defend, I don't think it should cost that type of money, but if it did, and they're offering to settle it for 10, and they're suing you for 50, well, then you're doing a cost analysis. Like, bro, this isn't General Motors. This isn't determining if you should fix a defect on a car. This is your personal reputation. This is your personal reputation. And if you become that guy that's known for paying off chicks $10 million to shut up, there'll be a lot more of her coming behind because it will get around that you are known to pay people off to not talk about the stuff that you do. But your lawyer telling the world that you offered tens of millions of dollars. First of all, they suing for you for 50. I don't know how many millions you're offering. Then he later on says, oh, no, I know it was at least 10. Bro, I don't even know what to think here. But I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you this. He can name her. You think she cares? You think a girl who's on OnlyFans gives a shit? She's literally a porn star. And I'm not degrading porn stars by no means, but do you think someone that's into that industry gives a shit what people think about her? She does all that shit for the money as it is. So why would you think now all of a sudden you putting her name out there does anything to that woman? She does not care. She's in the porn industry. And in your case, she's a hooker, a prostitute on top of that. $25K a cheek. There's another one of those text messages. Bro, Shannon Sharpe, man. I don't even know how the hell ESPN keeps this man on the air. Disney? I can't even understand how they could possibly keep him on the air. I gotta wonder how that happens. Whatever deal he was going to sign for $100 million, don't know what's going to happen there. You can get too big for yourself. You can get too big for yourself. And it looks like in this case, Shannon Sharpe may have gotten too big for himself. He's a 56-year-old man who acts like he's 20, thinks he's 20, and is trying to pick up 20-year-olds. I don't know what y'all think, but I think he got a big problem. I think that he can make all the public statements he wants. He can read all the scripts he wants. End of the day, it would be very surprising to me if this guy keeps his job at ESPN and whatever deal he was offered for $100 million might go poof off the table. Y'all let me know what y'all thoughts are in the comments. I'd love to hear what you have to say. This is Pro Football Corner. Like, subscribe, and follow. Hit the bell, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts. I appreciate y'all. Come on now.